Welcome back to the Sean Ward Show. I am clearly a huge, lifelong Spider-Man fan. I was doing research for a whole other video and I realized that some people might be confused why, in late 2021, we're getting a movie about one of Spider-Man's most popular villains and a new Spider-Man solo movie, but they have nothing to do with each other? Here's the short version. Sony owns the movie rights to everything Spider-Man. They made a deal with Disney to let Spider-Man exist in the MCU, and that deal doesn't apply to Venom and Carnage. At least not yet. Here's the longer version. We've covered Spidey's road to the big screen in previous videos. I'll put the links to those in the description. But Venom warrants his own chapter in the history of Spider-Man in the movies. Venom owes his creation to a toy line. What else is new with superheroes? Marvel and Kenner teamed up on an action figure line and comic book series called Secret Wars in 1984. That's the story where Spider-Man got his all-black costume that was actually a sentient, self-healing alien. He later finds out that the alien is trying to permanently bond with his nervous system, so he uses the sonic waves from a cathedral's church bell to remove it. Todd McFarlane is one of the most famous names in comics, and arguably his most popular and influential work is his art on the storyline in which Eddie Brock is a failed reporter who blames Peter Parker for his career's downfall and becomes the alien's new host and Spider-Man's deadliest enemy, Venom. Venom would battle Spider-Man and terrorize Peter Parker for years to come as he turned into one of Marvel's most popular characters. I don't know if you've ever been a grade school-aged boy, dear viewer, but there was a time when this was the freakiest and coolest thing anyone had ever seen. Venom was so popular, in fact, that the producers of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie series basically forced director Sam Raimi to include him as a main villain in Spider-Man 3 in 2007. And we all know how that turned out. It derailed the franchise artistically, if not commercially. The series was rebooted with Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, but that series was ended after 2 movies, with Tom Holland taking over the role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sony acquired the movie rights to Spider-Man and all of his villains and supporting characters after a decades-long legal battle that I covered in 2 previous videos. Then Sony made a deal with Disney where they would continue to produce Spidey's solo movies and use Disney-owned Marvel characters there, and let Marvel Studios use Spider-Man in the Avengers movies that they would produce. Around the time that Spidey's debut in the MCU was anticipated, Sony announced a solo Venom movie that would not be connected to any other movie universe. And I gotta say, I was impressed by this movie rising to the challenge of doing a Venom movie without Spider-Man. But as I pointed out previously, Tom Holland's deal with Sony to play Spider-Man was for 1 movie more than Sony's deal with Marvel. The speculation was that Sony would let Marvel do the heavy lifting, world building, and developing the character, and then force Tom Holland to do a crossover with Venom as the extra movie in their contract, and hope that regular moviegoers think it's all part of the same interconnected universe. But after a tense negotiation that played out in the industry press, Sony and Marvel extended their deal for Spider-Man to appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, while Sony continued to build out their pocket Marvel Universe, announcing new Spidey-centric projects like Morbius and Kraven the Hunter. And now we have Venom: Let There Be Carnage and Spider-Man No Way Home scheduled to open within a couple of months of each other in late 2021. The 2 franchises are running alongside each other, independent, but not crossing over. At least, not yet. Thanks for watching this video. I love talking about this stuff. It's pretty much my favorite topic since I was a little kid, so let me know how much of this story you already knew or what you learned from this video in the comments below. Also, let me know what topics you want me to cover relating to your favorite superhero movie franchises. And be sure to check out my website, theseanwardshow.com, to see everything I've got going on with videos, comics, music. We're doing this 40-minute animated film about Zack Snyder called The Snyder Cut the Movie. You want to check all that out, theseanwardshow.com, and we'll see you over there. On the Sean Ward Show, I've created the #1 destination on YouTube for Marvel and DC fan parody videos. So we wanted to create something cool and extra special for our most loyal and dedicated fans as we take on the biggest project we've ever done. We're working on an original animated movie and graphic novel project and developing our first feature film. Become a member to support the channel and help these big projects come to fruition. Become a member and I'll send you my exclusive VIP art magazine with stickers and collectibles quarterly right to your house. Click join underneath this video or join on Patreon to become a member right now.